마가렛 화이트.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
음성기록.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Thank you, miss.
320번? 뭐야?
Everyone has gone, Holmes.
아하.
The way is clear.
오케이. 호자를 들이마셨다. 아이 뭐야? 조기와 호자를 들이마셨어. 식물관을 빠져나갔어. 문이 안 열려서 열려 한 다음에
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
ventilator system. 아까 바깥에서 여기에 있었는데 이거
First of all, I need to visit the Colonial Collection Room to see how those caterpillars dropped onto the deadly plants.
떨어뜨릴 방법. 아까 환기구 열리고 닫히고. 환기구 하나가 열리고 닫히고 하던데. 어디였냐? 여기 환풍구.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
여기서 내가 시스템을 가동하면은 전기 시스템을 가동하면 어떻게 하는 거야? 자, 전원을 켜고
The power is on. The engine cannot be started whilst the transmission is active.
트랜스미션 끄고 켜.
The engine has started.
그 다음 전대 장치를 오프하면은
The ventilation system is working.
자, 왓슨에게로 가봅시다. 왓슨 결과가 어떻게 됐나?
Dry.
애벌레가 떨어졌나?
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
업무실도, 업무실도 해야 돼? 그러면 나가가지고 왼쪽 업무실에 환기장치가 있었나? 자, 여기서 여기였나? 무슨? 뭐야? 실린더네.
Here it is.
320거.
Cylinder records.
됐고, 사무실 환기 시스템.
Miss White's lock.
뭐야? 환기 시스템이 어딨어? 뭐지? 아하.
Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one. This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
하나 더 있나? 저기 뭐 있다. 쓰면 근데 딱히 뭔가 안 돼 있는데? 다른 데도 하나 더 있나? 여기도 환풍기가 있네. 저기 안쪽으로 되어 있고. 안쪽이야. 이거 내가 아까 킨 거잖아. 붕이가 바깥에서 안쪽으로. 여기서 왓슨 기다려.
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
뭐 하나 더 있어? 그래, 요거잖아. 요거 가동했고. 아, 요거.
Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
자극시킬 방법 완료했고. 치밀한 계획이고 특동 대왕기. 마틴 해미시는 식민지 식물관에 놓여있는 맹독식물을 자극할 수 있었다. 식물학자였던 그였기에 맹독식물을 자극할 방법을 알고 있었을 것이다. 진짜 양방향이니까 이거 놔두고. 실린더 아까 실린더 있던 방이 아 실린더는 거기잖아. 사무실. 이쪽에 나가는 길이네. 맞아 사무실. 있다.
These plants, classified as shrubs or grasses, have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to listen to all of it. Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
이거 신부는 신성회로 가는 건가? 그린 현자, 녹색의 현자한테? 가자. 너네도 화분이 망칠 게 있는데? 어떻게 된 거야?
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search? Sacrilege.
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago, and we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his greenfly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your...
그러면은 뭐가 더 있어야 하는데? 그래서 이제 뭔가 해야 하나 본데? 얘는 그거를 타이밍 맞게 죽일 수가 없잖아. 식물에 가진 다음 신성연구의 식물 훔치고 자신의 업무 강화를 명도국 식물을 자극하기 위해서다. 여기서 보이곤 있다고 했었는데 알버턴 경험을 부족하다. 알버턴은 식물학 소양에 깊지 않다. 맹독성 포자를 뿜어내게 만든 방법에 대해 알지 못해서 것이다. 알버턴은 경험이 부족해서 어리버리해서 이름도 못 외우고 있잖아. 그리고 맹독식물은 신성연구의 소유였다. 몬테기당을 살해하기 위해 식물을 이용했다. 이거는 힘들다니까. 타이밍 맞게 어떻게 죽여. 네. 대학에서 배운 지식만으로 맹독성 식물에 대해 정확하게 끊기 힘들었습니다. 알고 있었던 것 같은데 얘는. 그런 거야? 이렇게 하면 어떻게 되는데? 상태까지 맞는 것 같은데 지금 하나가
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
체포하라고? 이거 밝혀지는 건 아니고 그냥 그런 거야? 단서가 아니고 좀 더 필요한데?
Locked.
Lestrade.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
아직 끝난 거 아닌 것 같아. 공범이 있든 뭔가 더 있을 거야. 단서가 아직 다 안 나왔어.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
빨리 하라 빨리 해.
Martin Hamish...
대형 온실?
My
헐.
God!
뭐야?
Yes. We found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
헐. 지옥 같은 삶을 살게 되었다. 견디기 힘들어진다. 몬테규다는 죽어마땅했지만 손에 피를 묻힌 스스로를 용서할 수가 없다. 해미쉬 일가는 항상 비극적인 상황의 희생양일 뿐이었다. 나 역시 마찬가지다. 지금 이 자리에서 이제까지 이를 속죄하고자 한다. 진짜야? 타살 정황 없어?
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case. The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
마틴 해미쉬가 살해범일 가능성이 있다. 몬테규단 식민지 식물관에 가둔 다음 신성 연구의 식물을 훔치고 자신의 업무 공간에서 맹독식물을 자극할 기회가 있었다.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
해미쉬 단독범인가? 마틴 해미쉬는 내반족으로 인한 정강의 뒤틀림 때문에 뛸 수 없었다. 식민지 식물관의 문을 잠그고 현금동 환기장치를 작동시킬 만한 여유가 부족했을 것이다. 아, 역시나. 경감과 얘기 나눠라. 뭔가 더 있을 것 같았어.
What should... What...
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
9시 30분경 마틴 해미쉬와 몬테규다는 종자 보관실에서 알부터. 마틴 해미쉬와 9시 40분경 마틴 해미쉬와 몬테규다는 빗돌로 향했다. 그로부터 10분 후 몬테규다는 열대식 물관 쪽으로 순환을 계속했고 마틴 해미쉬는 종자 보관실로 돌아왔다. 같이 빗돌로 향하고 10분 후에 몬테규다니 보관실로 돌아왔다. 10분 후에. 열대 신문관에서 마틴 해미쉬와 마가렛 화이트는 10시경에 대화했다. 그녀는 10시 40분까지 실험실에 있었으며 이후 수상식물에 해미쉬와 알버트가 10시 40분에 10시 30분경 몬테규다한 상태를 알아챈 마틴 해미쉬는 즉시 알버트에로 들어갔다. 10시 30분 알버트너는 아침 내내 동자 보관실에 있었다. 10시 10분경 마가렛 화이트를 만나고 돌아오는 길에 해미쉬를 목격했다. 됐나요?
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn. Let us summarize. Martin Hamish was like Albert Miss. Perfect, Watson. Now.
뭐지? 공범을 찾아야 하는데 이렇게 하나가 없어. 왜 하나가 없지? 둘 중에 하나가 범인이거나 둘 다 범인이거나. 맞아. 이상한데. 얘가 무고하고 만약에 단독범은 아니고 얘가 그건 또 해당이 없어. 때문에 살해를 했다. 어렵다, 어려워.
What should we...
학비 지원했으니까 써먹는 거가 그건가 보네. 살인 계획을 이래서 아빠를 죽인다고. 절장으로 가라 너는. 이유가 타당하지 않다.
What happened, Inspector?
It's all over now, lad. There is no use denying it. We know that you murdered your father. Patricide by plant poisoning. Very alliterative.
What? You're mad. I didn't do it. I don't know anything about botany. No!
맞네. 알버트 던은 마틴 해미쉬와 공모하여 부친을 살해했다. 수년간 자신을 괴롭히고 해군의 꿈을 포기하게 만들었던 아버지를 견디지 못한 것이다. 내용한 살인마인 알버트 던은 교도소에 수감되었다.